Pip pip, tally-ho, Joolz from Joolz Guides here, except today I'm in Chancery Lane and I've teamed up with City AM and we're going to go and take a look 40 metres below street level. I bet you didn't know, there are hundreds of metres of tunnels, not the tube I'm talking about. It's London's most exciting new development and it's going to be a real tourist attraction and we're getting an exclusive peek at it because it hasn't really been touched for the last 70 or 80 years. It's a really remarkable space. So let's go and have a look. They're called the Kingsway Exchange tunnels, and what I love is look at the colours on the. I expect this has probably not been redone since like the 40s or something. Well, at least it really evokes that era, doesn't it? They were built as bomb shelters during the Second World War. As you probably know, they have other ones at Belsize Park, and they've got them at Clapham, North and South. It feels a bit like being in Scooby-Doo. You give me this thing, I'm like, Scooby-Doo, yeah, yikes, Scoob, we're going down into the depths.
Whilst my alter ego gets lost in the tunnels, I'll give you some more history. First off, he's right. These tunnels were originally built as a bomb shelter, but by the time they were ready, the Blitz had already ended, so they weren't really used by the public.
So this is Chancery Lane tube through there, and originally the intention was to have people come down into the bomb shelter via the tube station. Back in those days, it was much better if you could stay down in one of these bomb shelters than sleeping on tube platforms. Loads of people slept on the tube platforms, but you didn't really get given blankets or, there were no public toilets up there, whereas a bomb shelter like this would be much more luxurious and there would probably fights and stuff would break out if you were trying to get into these places. But that's what happened at the other bomb shelters like Clapham South, but this one was never used for that.
By the public. Then, in 1944, it became known as the London Civil Defence Regional and Ministry of Works, to disguise the fact that it was really the Special Operations Executive, a top secret offshoot of MI6.
Ian Fleming would have been in these tunnels in early 1944, leading up to D-Day, and so along with the Special Operations Executive, Ian Fleming was in these tunnels associated with Special Operations Executive, or the Special Operations Executive, and that inspired him to create Q Branch from James Bond. So this truly is the location of Q Branch from James Bond.
During the Cold War, it was down here that the first transatlantic cable was constructed, which kind of operated as a hotline between Moscow and Washington, and it was used during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So these tunnels are really historical. It's really atmospheric. You can hear the trains going by, but actually I'm a little bit scared because we've been detached from the group and you don't want to get lost nowadays, so let's go back.
So it's a very large space for up to 3 million people a year. London's a fantastic city for tourism, and I think and hope this adds to something that people come and see. If I was in London and I want to come and see the history of London, this is definitely part of that history.
The London tunnels will have 3 areas of focus: history and heritage, culture and the arts, and bringing alive what will be the deepest licensed bar in a metropolitan city.
Can I have a Dom Perignon 65, please?
Sorry, we don't have that, we've got beer.
I prefer the 68 myself. This is where the main entrance is going to come down. And what's interesting is that this is one of the reasons that they're able to redevelop these whole tunnels down here, unlike the ones that they've got in Clapham and Belsize Park and Tottenham Court Road, is because they've got more entrances to the tunnels than they have in those other places. I think these details here are just fantastic. Look at that thing there. Well, those lights, those would light up. I don't know what they did. I quite like the floor in here as well, actually. Look at that. It's quite nice. Is it parquet? I can't tell. Not bad, that. Cost a lot of money, these. I mean, it must be, I shudder to think how much it will cost to redevelop all this.
Well, yeah, about 82 million should be enough to get you started on your basic refurb. And then to get it ready for your public, you're looking at, you got cups of tea, 5 sugars, skip hire, parking, VAT, plus the number you first thought of. But seriously, if all goes to plan, work should start later this year and finish by 2027. And yes, Joolz, the full cost could be in the region of a mere 120 million smackaroonies.
Well, this is a parallel tunnel to the other one in which all those people are in. And I'm telling you, I'm quite glad that they actually gave us these lights, because listen to that. Lo, God's will I pray thee, wish not one man more, or rather proclaim it Westmoreland through my hope. It's amazing to think, because, you know, if you come down here, it's just a lovely record to have of these tunnels before it finally gets transformed. You know, it will never be like this again after a couple of years. So I'm quite pleased that they're actually doing something with this space. Part of me is slightly sad that it won't be as it was, but it seems such a vast space to be wasted. That was most excellent. I really enjoyed that. It was really exciting to see these endless tunnels where no one's been really for the last 50 years or so. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. City AM have lots of other videos about history and stuff on their channel. And if you like what I do, you can head over to Joolz Guides. Don't forget to subscribe down. I've even got a new book coming out in March, which is called Joolz Guides, Rather Splendid London Pub Walks. Very highly recommended. So see you next time.